One. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the College2Career Virtual College Fair. This is the liberal arts session. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Daisha, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, we have just a few housekeeping items to share. First, your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists will not be able to see or hear you, but you can communicate with them using the Q&A button on your screen. So it's likely at the bottom of your screen. You can click that to type your questions to our presenters at any time, and they can respond to you directly. This is one of many different sessions happening today, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. So please check out the schedule on the website to take a look at any other sessions you're interested in attending. Finally, the session today is being recorded and will be available at college2career.org. You'll be able to view the recording of this session as well as any others you might have missed. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Western Oregon University.
Okay, I hope you folks can all hear me over there, but we are going to get started. So my name is Nolan Arasato. My pronouns are he, she, his, hers, and I am the Hawaii admissions counselor here at Western Oregon University. So Western Oregon, where is Western, right? So Western's on the west side of Oregon, definitely. We are located in Monmouth, Oregon, which is about 20 minutes or about 15 miles west of Salem, which is our state capital. So usually everyone would usually fly into Portland, and then they would just drive down to Monmouth. We're about maybe an hour drive from Portland, an hour north of Eugene, maybe about 3 hours from Bend, which is Central Oregon, and then an hour and a half from our coast. So just some general information about Western. We are a four-year public university. Again, we're located in Monmouth, Oregon. Our undergraduate population is roughly about 4,500 undergraduates. So that kind of averages out to 19 students per class. That's our average class size here. So we have fairly small classes here at Western. Our first generation population, or our freshman group, 46% of our freshmen will identify as first generation college students. And then of our entire student body, 29% will be identifying as students of color. So we have lots of diverse students here at Western. Anyone that is putting in a FAFSA profile to Western will receive some sort of financial assistance here because we always want to try and help out everyone that we can. And then our 6 more popular majors is American Sign Language, English Interpreting, Business, Criminal Justice, Exercise Science, Education, and Psychology. So some of our admissions requirements, it has changed a little bit. We are now asking for a 2.75 GPA. So if you have a 2.75 GPA or above, and you have a C- or better in the 15 core classes that we're asking for, which is your 4 years of English, 3 years of math, science, and social sciences, and then 2 years of a second language, congratulations, you folks are getting into Western. Okay, we just need to make sure that we get your application submitted, and then we also get your official transcript, which our application is free for all students. So there's no waiver needed. There's no coupon code when you go check out for your when you submit your application. It's free for everyone. So looking at our tuition rates, we're really proud to say that we are a WUI tuition school. So we have our Oregon rate, which is about $10,000, our out-of-state rate, which is $29,000, so it's roughly triple that. But we also are a WUI tuition school, so we have that sweet spot in the middle, which is going to be $14,000. So we are giving all students that reside in a WUI state automatically, we're giving them this WUI tuition rate. Our WUI tuition is given to, like I said, given to all students that is a permanent resident of a WUI state. It also covers all of our majors and minor programs that we have to offer here at Western. So you don't need to worry about choosing a certain major in order to get it. And then we also are stackable here. So we do allow students to stack their WUI tuition with their financial aid and with their merit-based scholarships. So speaking of scholarships, some of them that we have here at Western, I like to highlight just a few of them for you folks. So the first one is our presidential scholarship. The GPAs projected and the dollar amounts. So if you have that GPA projected, then you folks will receive that dollar amount per year over a course of 4 years. So if you multiply the dollar amount by 4, that's going to be your total package coming into Western. So for our Dean Scholarship, if anyone has a 3.6 GPA or above, you are automatically getting our Dean Scholarship, which is $1,000 per year for 4 years. For our Provost and Presidential, in order for you folks to receive those, you do have to fill out our General Scholarship Fund, which is basically like a Common App, but for our scholarships. There's one profile and there's about 200 scholarships that you can choose from. So I always tell my students, if you folks want free money, you folks are going to be filling this out anyway. So if you folks fill this out and you have the GPAs projected, then you can get our top 2 levels, which is our Provost and Presidential Scholarship. So for the provost, anyone with a 3.6 to a 3.94 GPA will get $2,000 per year for 4 years. So that is an $8,000 scholarship. And then for our presidential, our full presidential, it's a 3.95 to a 4.0 or above. That is going to be $5,000 per year for 4 years. So that is a $20,000 scholarship. And then for our diversity commitment, if you consider yourself to be a diverse student, you can qualify for this scholarship. All you have to do is write an essay, and this essay gives you up to or this scholarship gives you up to $6,000 per year for 4 years. So this is a $24,000 scholarship, and you can apply for this scholarship. It is one of our scholarships in our general scholarship fund. So it's all going to be in the same pot. So like I said, we do have lots of majors and minors here. I'm just going to highlight 2 of them for you folks. The first one is going to be our education major. Before we were called Western Oregon University, we used to be called Oregon College of Education. So we have a really, really good ed program here at Western. And then I also want to highlight our American Sign Language program. We're one of the few schools on the West Coast, but we're definitely the only school in the state of Oregon with the full 4-year bachelor's degree in ASL. So if anyone is interested in that, please let me know. And then we do have some pre-professional degrees, and just pre-nursing is one I always like to highlight because that one's our most popular. And then for our residence halls, we do require all freshmen to live on campus. So just make sure with your tuition rate, you're also adding on this $10,800 fee for your residence hall. But all of our students who's living on campus automatically get a mini fridge and a microwave in their residence hall, so you don't have to worry about that. But we do have freshman only options and stuff like that, upperclassmen options as well. But just make sure you folks get my information down, and thanks for listening to my Western Oregon presentation.
Thank you, Western Oregon University. Our next institution is Bard College at Simon's Rock.
Excellent, thank you, and good morning. My name is Michelle Chavez. I am the Director of Admissions at Bard College at Simon's Rock. We are located in Massachusetts, New England. So let's see here if I'm able to move my screen. There we are. So we are in the beautiful state of Massachusetts, 2.5 hours away from New York City and 2 hours away from downtown Boston. We are a small institution. Our enrollment is about 400 students, and our class size is about 11 per professor. And some classes may have about 8 students per faculty. We've been ranked as one of the top LGBTQA friendly schools in the country. We are #1 by US News and World Report for teaching and innovation in the region. And a really unique thing about us is that we are actually an early college that was started back in 1966. And so what this means is that students who are interested in beginning college sooner, right after sophomore year, during their 11th grade year, can join Bard College at Simon's Rock as a bachelor's degree seeking student. So what makes you a rocker? Someone who's engaged, who loves learning, is a challenge seeker, and definitely rethinks the conventional. So if you think that that might be you, you should definitely explore Bard College at Simon's Rock. Like I mentioned, we're an early college established in 1966. We're private residential. We do offer students need-based federal aid and merit scholarship. We grant a bachelor's degree from our institution. So you don't just receive credit, you actually do earn your bachelor's. And you learn with students who are young scholars like yourself, looking to seek that challenge earlier in the process. than by the time you're 18. We also have very popular dual degree programs with different types of institutions. We have a pre-engineering program with Columbia and Dartmouth, a pre-law program with Vermont Law School. And we have a really cool medical program or combined degree program with Upstate Medical, where students get their bachelor's degree from us and they get their MCAT waive and join the medical school right after their bachelor's degree. So that's really cool. And here are some of our application requirements. So we, like any other school, look for your high school transcript, 2 letters of recommendation, 2 essays, one to learn more about you and the other to learn more about why would you be interested in joining college a little earlier. One of the benefits of attending Bard College at Simon's Rock is that you can complete your bachelor's degree by the age of 20, which reduces your time and you can get into the workforce sooner so that you are able to earn more. And we do have an interview as part of your application process so that we can make sure that this is the right fit for you, as it is important that you are aware of what it means to be an early college student. And then we also, like I mentioned, have the need-based financial aid. So students who are looking to submit their FAFSA, please do so. We are a very generous institution and provide students with very nice financial aid packages. So I think one tip that I would say just for all of our schools is to make sure that you submit your FAFSA and do not discourage yourself from applying to an institution because you think you can't afford it. Let us offer you a package and you can then make the decision. And then we offer very generous merit scholarship. There's no additional application required for the scholarship. You are automatically considered, which is really nice. And another tip I would suggest is to make sure that you apply or submit your FAFSA, start working on your FAFSA as soon as you begin working on your application. That'll make it easier for some of our schools to provide you with a package at the same time as you are receiving your decision letter. Okay, and I know I jumped through that very quickly, but I want to provide you my contact information in case anyone wants to follow up with any additional questions. But again, we are Bard at Simon's Rock. We are an early college for students looking to begin their bachelor's degree at the age of 16 or 17 and graduate by the age they're 20. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Bard College at Simon's Rock. Our next institution is Pacific University, Oregon.
Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to share more with you about Pacific University, Oregon. My name is Chandler, and I am one of the admissions counselors here at Pacific. So Pacific University is located here in Forest Grove, Oregon. We are about 30 minutes west of downtown Portland, Oregon. So really easy to get into the city, try new foods, go shopping. There is mass public transportation as well as driving options available to get into the city. But then we're also located only about an hour from the Oregon coast. So really awesome opportunities to get out into nature, go surfing. It's a little chilly, go hiking. We are right next to what's called the Tillamook Forest as well. So lots of beautiful hiking trails there. And if you're a fan of skiing or snowboarding, we're only about 2 hours from Mount Hood. So really awesome opportunities to get out into nature, explore, but then also easily get into the city and then back to campus. We are also located about 15 minutes from what we like to call the Silicon Forest. And so this houses things such as Nike's world headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, 5 different Intel campuses in Hillsboro, Oregon. The North American Adidas headquarters is in Portland. So lots of really great opportunities for students to connect with corporations and organizations in the area for both internship and research opportunities. So we are a small private liberal arts college university here at Pacific. And I know oftentimes people, throw around the term liberal arts, but maybe it's not been, clearly described to some of you. So I like to kind of take this opportunity to explain a little bit more about what a liberal arts education could look like. And here in our office, we kind of like to compare it to a buffet. So when you go into a buffet, you might try a little bit of, maybe some chicken, maybe some salad, and then, finally the dessert. So you can kind of think of your liberal arts degree in that same way. You're going to focus in on an area of interest to you. Maybe that becomes your major. You're going to take some core classes outside of that major to make you a well-rounded student. And then maybe you minor in something else that also interests you that has nothing to do with that major. So you'll see we have over 65 different majors, minors, pre-professional tracks in a variety of different academic areas. So Pacific University, as I mentioned, is a small private liberal arts college. Our student body is just under 1,900 undergraduate students, and then just under 2,000 graduate students. So all of those undergraduate students will take courses here on our Forest Grove campus, and then a variety of the graduate students do take classes on other campuses throughout the state of Oregon. Our average class size is about 19 students. So we do have those smaller class sizes. You might have a lecture hall, or you might have a large lecture class maybe in your first year. And our largest lecture halls only seat about 60 to 75 students. And then as you move up into those junior and senior year classes, your class sizes will actually continue to get smaller. So it is possible that you might have a class of 5 students or less, and you may choose to take that course to the local coffee shop to continue that discussion in a more casual setting. Our classes are 100% taught by the professors themselves. So you're learning from the experts in the field, not necessarily a graduate assistant or a teaching assistant. They may be there to help and support in the class, but you are going to be learning from the professors themselves. And because of those small class sizes, you will have the opportunity to build really strong relationships with our professors and faculty. They're going to want to get to know you on a personal level, get to know what your interests are, and help connect you with internship and research opportunities throughout your time at Pacific to really build up that resume outside the classroom and prepare you for your next step after college. We also have what's called a 4-year graduation guarantee, which is super exciting. So we do guarantee that you'll graduate in 4 years as long as you're meeting with your academic advisor and taking the necessary courses towards that degree. We're proud to say we're the top private research university in the Northwest, as deemed by the National Science Foundation, as well as top 8 along the West Coast. So students are doing some really awesome research all across campus. This might be kind of more traditional, what you picture in a lab under a microscope, but this is also, educational research in our early learning center, or social science research in the city of Portland. So this can really look a variety of ways. Our students are really busy on campus as well. We have over 70 different student clubs and organizations, lots of opportunities to get involved with things like student government and Greek life. Our Hawaii Club is actually our largest student group on campus, and they actually run the largest student-run luau on the mainland every year. So really awesome opportunity to participate in an event. Maybe you've never attended a luau before, but you want to participate in the dancing or the dinner, that's definitely an option. We also have a variety of performing arts groups. You don't have to major or minor in these areas to participate in music, dance, theater. And then we are NCAA Division III for athletics. And we also have intramural and club sports you can participate in as well. Our students, again, are taking what they're learning in the classroom, taking that outside on various outdoor adventures, going on various study abroad trips all around the world, and engaging in their communities. I'd like to highlight a couple different scholarships that we have. You can see here your academic merit scholarship you'd be considered for during admission, and then would love for you all to attend one of our senior preview scholarship days this fall, where you could earn a $1,000 scholarship per year for all 4 years just for attending. Again, my name is Chandler. My contact information is here. We would love to have you visit campus. I will also put my contact information in the chat for you. Feel free to copy and paste that and save it for later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pacific University, Oregon. I'd like to issue a quick reminder. If you all have questions for our panelists, please use the Q&A function to send those questions over, and we'll be able to respond to you directly. Our next institution is Virginia Commonwealth University.
All right, awesome. I am going to put mine in present mode. So my name is Robert Avison, and I am the admissions counselor with Virginia Commonwealth University. We are a large university, and we are located right in the heart of Richmond, Virginia. A little bit of background, just kind of with our university, we have two main campuses, both the Monroe Park campus and then the Medical College of Virginia as well. Medical College of Virginia is the second largest hospital in Virginia. We have a lot of really great medical programs, but we have a lot of really good other programs as well. In terms of our location, so we are an urban university. And like I mentioned before, we're a large university. So we have a little bit over 29,000 students total and around 23,000 undergraduate students. A couple of advantages of living in Richmond, Virginia. We're about 2 hours away from everything, a very central location, 2 hours away from the beach, the mountains, North Carolina, and Washington, D.C. as well. We also do have over 550 acres of just kind of James River Park system. So Richmond is a very, very outdoor friendly just kind of city. It is a really cool city as well. It's actually 7 Fortune 500 companies headquartered here, 11 Fortune 1000 companies. And if you've ever been to Richmond, it is very small business friendly. So there is a lot of different partnerships that Virginia Commonwealth University, VCU, does have within the community as well. And like I mentioned before, we are a large university, but even though we're a large university, we still have an average class size of about 27 students per classroom. We also do have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. However, you do get the benefits of a large university. We are a top 3 research university in the state of Virginia. Last year, we had over $335 million allocated to sponsored research. So we do have a lot of different research funding going on here. And we do have really just nationally ranked programs from the medical field, engineering, to School of the Arts, which is number 4 in the country, number 2 in terms of public schools, and number 1 in terms of public schools on the East Coast. We also do have other really great programs in education, social work, and over 68 different majors that you can kind of take advantage of as well. But you do get that kind of best of both worlds, I like to say, with the 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. But at the same time, we will have over 200,000 active alumni as well. So there's a lot of different connections and just kind of experiences within VCU. Now, in terms of what we do look for as well, I like to say we are a holistic review process. So there's no minimum GPA or criteria that you absolutely need in order to apply or be considered to VCU. However, middle 50% GPA we see of students coming in will be somewhere between a 3.39 to a 4.06 range. We are going to be score optional this upcoming application cycle. However, in terms of if you do either turn in the SAT or ACT score, that middle 50% range is around a 1060 to a 1250 for the SAT, a 22 to 27 for the ACT, and we do super score those as well. In terms of a couple of really important just deadlines, if you are dead set, you already know you're applying to VCU, I would really recommend that you apply by or before November 1st. If you do that, you're automatically eligible for either the presidential, provost, or dean's merit-based scholarships. You would just need to apply and turn in your official transcripts by, again, that November 1st deadline in order to be considered. And then we also have the January 15th freshman priority decision deadline as well. Now we are rolling admissions, so that is not a firm deadline. However, if you apply by or before January 15th, you will have a decision by or before April 1st. Does not mean if you're applying, say, in October, that you have to wait until April 1st. We try to get those decisions out as soon as possible. However, since we are a large university, we do have a lot of applications coming in. That is going to be the one guaranteed deadline that we do have. But if you do choose to apply after January 15th, we will still review your application. We'll still get you that decision. I just don't have that guaranteed time frame for when that decision will be as well. And so that is about it for my presentation. Again, super short, but thank you all so much for listening to me here.
Thank you, VCU. Our next institution is York University.
Amazing. Thank you for that. I'm just going to go into presentation mode. All right, everyone. So thanks once again for joining this session and welcome. My name is Snara Ali. I am from York University. York University, we are the third largest university in Canada. And Canada is known as a very, very friendly place to come and study. We are known for universal healthcare and the multiculturalism, which is the fabric of Canada. We have tons of employment opportunities for our students on and off campus as well. Now, we are located in the city of Toronto. Toronto is about less than 2-hour drive to New York, Buffalo. So we are sharing a border with the US as well. And we tend to see a lot of people coming in from the United States to come and study with us. So as I've already said, we are a very multicultural city. 49% of the people are actually born outside of Canada. There's over 180 different languages spoken here, and we are one of the safest cities in North America as well. We do have 5 campuses. We are, as I've mentioned, the third largest university in Canada. We do have a campus in Costa Rica as well, over 10,000 international students, and we have over 200 different academic programs across our 11 faculties. And we do have a lot of scholarships for our students too, totaling 74.9 million that we typically award to our students. So we do have our 11 different faculties. We have our arts, media, performance, and design. We have our Schulich School of Business, Education, Engineering, Science, Environmental, and Urban Studies. Glendon, our Faculty of Health and Liberal Arts and Professional Studies, which is our largest faculty. We do have over 90 different programs just within the Faculty of Liberal Arts, and some of our most popular programs tend to be English within our Cultural Studies and Writing, Children, Childhood and Youth, Criminology, Anthropology, Disaster and Emergency Management, and of course our Commerce program, in which we have our Accounting, Human Resources, Economics, Marketing, and Information Technology that we do offer. And for languages, literatures, and linguistics, speech and language sciences tends to be one of our more popular programs. We also offer certificates in many different areas. So if students are looking to add a specialization, you're more than welcome to do so. You're also able to combine majors and minors as well. So within our Bachelor's of Commerce, there's quite a few specializations that students can do, and all of these will actually get you certified as well for CPA, CFA. So if you're looking to get those designations, all of our programs are able to provide you that. We do have a lot of work experience for our students, so we do offer internships for all of our programs within the Faculty of Liberal Arts. Your internships can range from 4, 8, 12, or 16 months, and these are all paid positions. We've also introduced our brand new program. So this is our Pathway to Masters of Management program. Schulich School of Business is one of the top business schools in Canada. So if that is something of interest to you, you're more than welcome to apply to the Pathway. Right after your undergraduate degree, you would be able to do your 1 year's master's as well at the Schulich School of Business. If you have questions about that, I'll be happy to answer them. But when you are looking to apply to York and to Canadian universities, you have 2 options. You can apply directly on our website, or you can apply through OUAC, which is a common app for the province of Ontario. For admission requirements in Canada, it is very common. We are only looking at your grades. We do not require essays or anything else from you. So the only thing we're going to be looking at is your academic performance. We do need your high school diploma, your grade 12 graduation with a minimum of overall B average on grade 11 and 12 academic courses. We are test optional for September 2022. And we also provide transfer credits if you have AP exams with a final score of 4 and 5. Now you can apply to us by January 13th. That's our early deadline. And we are accepting applications all the way up until May 1st. For IB as well, so if you are a student who's studying the IB diploma, we do require a minimum score of 30. Some other faculties, such as the Schulich School of Business, could require up to a 36. And again, we're able to provide some transfer credits there as well, depending on your score. So let's talk a little bit about tuition. Well, how much does it cost to study in Canada and at York? For most of our programs, you're looking at roughly around $25,000 US. Engineering tends to be around $29,000. And then by the time you are looking at textbooks, residence, meal supplies, those are additional costs. And healthcare, because we do cover it for everybody within Canada, students do have to enroll in that, and that is close to $1,000 as well, Canadian. We have quite a few different scholarships that we offer to students. Applications for these are going to open in December. You do have to submit an application to apply, but you could be applying for the President's International Scholarship, which can be around $45,000 per year. This is renewable, and quite a few other scholarships that I've listed as well on the screen here. Our Liberal Arts and Professional Studies International Undergraduate Leadership Scholarship is also going to be opening in January of 2022. And the application is going to be closing in March as well. So quite a few options there. And we also accept US loans as well. So students who are coming from the United States, you are able to take your FAFSA as well. I've put the code up on the screen as well. And of course, students who are studying outside of the US are not eligible for Pell Grants. And of course, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. My name again is Tanara Ali from York University. My email is up on the screen for you, and I'll be putting that in the chat as well. So thanks so much for listening to this super quick presentation, and I hope to be hearing from all of you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, York University. Our final institution is Westminster College.
Okay, awesome. Hello, everybody. My name is Walter, and I am an admissions counselor representing Westminster College in Utah. So our 32-acre campus is located in the heart of Salt Lake City's eclectic Sugar House neighborhood, which is just about 10 minutes from downtown, 30 minutes from 6 mountain resorts, and just a stone's throw away from a number of national parks. We have the benefits of a larger city, but with trails just 10 minutes from campus and 10 ski resorts within an hour's drive. All right, so we are a private independent liberal arts college where students benefit from interdisciplinary learning in an atmosphere dedicated to civic engagement. So we are actually the only liberal arts college in the state of Utah. And so basically what that means is to have a liberal arts education is that you're able to explore other interests and broaden your knowledge in areas beyond your major. Right now, you're probably used to taking math, science, English, history, all of these different subjects separately. While at Westminster, you'll find yourself in classes where you'll combine any of those subjects and have them have real world applications. So we're definitely all about critical thinking and having real world application. We have a total enrollment of just about 2,000 students. About half of our students come from out of state. And so as a private school, we have the same tuition as well as generous scholarships and need-based aid for in-state and out-of-state students. Westminster has a close-knit supportive community and is a teaching first institution. So what that means is that all of our professors are here because they genuinely love to teach. And they care about the students. You'll never be in a giant lecture hall with hundreds of students ever. Our average class size is about 15 students with a cap of about 40. And so this allows you to have a closer relationship, not just with your peers, but with your professor as well. So these are all of our undergraduate programs and majors that we have at Westminster. There's just over 50 of them. Some of our most popular majors are nursing, business, performing arts, biology, and outdoor education and leadership, all spanning into those 5 colleges that those 5 schools that you see on your screen there. So just a little bit about athletics. We're a member of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, and we're an NCAA Division II school. And we have about 15 NCAA Division II sports teams that are listed on your screen there. So just a little bit about our academic programs and co-curricular activities. If you're a first-generation college student, we have programs geared towards you and your success, such as the Legacy Program and McNair Scholars. For students interested in research, Westminster offers incredible undergraduate opportunities. About 85% of our students participate in internships or research by the time they graduate. And if you have any questions about the rest of the programs that are listed on your screen, our contact information will be on the last slide, so feel free to contact us at any time. So just a little bit about housing and student life here. We do have a 2-year on-campus housing requirement for all incoming first-year freshmen. And so we require this requirement because we want to build a community for all of our students and for all of our students to feel a sense of belonging once they're here on campus. Studies have shown that students who live on campus are more likely to succeed in college. And so this success could mean anything from just building social networks, finding community, or just having the motivation to show up to class and other events because of the close proximity. We also have over 40 student-led clubs on campus. These range anywhere that are more major specific to those that are more social in nature. And of course, if there doesn't exist a club that meets your interests and you know others who would like to join, you're more than welcome to create your own. All right, so at Westminster, we deeply care about our student success and well-being, and we offer a wide variety of student support services. With respect to time, I will not be going over all of these, but I encourage you to take a look at this list. And if you have any questions about any of these services, our contact information will be on the last slide. All right, so big question, how do you pay for college? There are a number of ways a student can receive aid at Westminster. All students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships upon applying. And these ranged from $11,000 to $27,000 per year this past school year. You don't need a FAFSA for those academic scholarships. As soon as you enroll, that money is yours. But of course, there are a number of other ways to receive aid at Westminster that you do need to fill out either a FAFSA or a CSS profile for. And these can be Pell Grants, the Griffin Grants, and of course, student loans. And finally, how to apply to Westminster. We are test optional with a free application. There are 2 options to apply. One is on our website and the other one is on the Common App. We don't prioritize one over the other. Whichever one is more convenient for you will work for us as well. And then of course, there are a number of important deadlines on your screen there. And that concludes my presentation today. So feel free to reach out to me or any one of our other admissions counselors at any time.
Thank you, Westminster College. At this time, I'd like to invite all of our panelists to return to video and audio as we have time for a brief Q&A. All right, so I'd like to pose a question. What advice would you give to someone going through the college search process?
So one tip that I would give to you students is whenever you like apply to different colleges, let's just say you get into 10 colleges, make sure you apply for all of their scholarships, okay? Because let's just say you apply for all 5 of them. Even if you get money from all 5 of them, you're only going to one. So the other ones that you don't choose, there's no harm, no foul. You're not going to have to pay back that scholarship or anything. And then students, this is the one time that you folks can copy and paste all of your essays into all of these different scholarships. It's your life, it's your words. So you're not working harder, just work smarter. You can use the same personal statement at all of our schools here and see what all these schools offer, because I was that student that I couldn't go to school unless my dollar amount was 0 that I paid out. So I went to Weston for free because I wasn't afraid to put all these scholarships to use. So that is my tip for all of you folks.
I'll go ahead and also answer that. It's wonderful. Absolutely apply for all those scholarships. Also apply for financial aid too. Anybody can apply for financial aid, and that opens up October 1st, I believe. So tomorrow takes about 90 minutes. It's free to apply. Even if you think you're not going to qualify, go ahead and apply anyways. Might as well. Another piece of advice is just stay open. University life is all about what is right for you, what is the best fit. So definitely be honest with yourself and be honest. Go in to this process with an open heart, and feel free to reach out to any of us as well.
Thank you. I can add something too. I think my colleagues here on the panel have shared some wonderful advice for you all. So as you know, we are in Canada and our deadlines are a little bit later. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. If you are repeating a course, we will always take the higher grades. Our applications are open a little bit later. So you're more than welcome to reach out to us and really get feedback on your applications. I'm more than happy to provide it. And I'm sure I can say that about my other colleagues on the panel as well.
I would say whenever possible, if you can, make it a point to visit the campus or at least attend any virtual tours that the campuses have available, or even try to connect with current students to assist you in understanding what it's like to really be a student on campus. I think that's really important. When you see yourself in a community, you'll know right away that you found your space and that it is the right place for you. So definitely, when possible, try to visit or attend a virtual tour.
My advice would be that as you're looking at different colleges, make sure that their values align with yours. So if social justice is important to you or anything like that, make sure that that's a priority at whatever school you decide to go to. And I also want to echo Michelle's advice. If you can visit campus, then you should, because that's going to be your home for 4 or more years. So you want to make sure that you feel comfortable there.
I'll just add one last thing. We all know this process can be kind of overwhelming and there's a lot of steps and deadlines and pieces. So really just take it one step at a time. All of us here are here to support you through this process. We are here to answer any questions that you have, or if you just don't even really know what to ask or where to start, that's what we're here for. So just kind of take it one step at a time, and we'll support you through the whole process.
Awesome. And I believe we have time for one more quick question. So very quickly, what is one thing you would like our attendees to remember about your college or university?
Yeah, so at Western, one of the things I just want you folks to remember is that we are a WUI tuition school. So you folks are all going to be considered WUI tuition students. We give it to everyone whose permanent residency is in a WUI state. We allow you folks to stack your scholarships and financial aid with your WUI, and all of our majors are covered under it. It's really, really important. It's a great discount.
And I think with VCU, one thing I always do want to tell students is you do kind of get the best of both worlds. We're a large university, but you still have those smaller classroom sizes. We are in a city, but it's still its own kind of environment, even though it's a very urban campus. So definitely, if you're looking for that fit, it is a really good program for you and a really good university.
I would say for us is the ability to complete college by the age that you're 20 and begin your master's degree or graduate level degree in any of these fantastic institutions.
Pacific is a kind of close-knit, family-oriented kind of community, and just really want you all to remember that when considering Pacific.
Definitely. And I think for York University, despite being the third largest university in Canada, we are a self-contained campus. We have many different campuses. Our campus in Costa Rica, something we're super proud of. Our students absolutely love it there. We have a rainforest there as well, and tons of exchange programs. And that's something that we do give scholarships for as well. So of course, once this pandemic is over, we're hoping to resume flights, and we're going to be encouraging everyone to get out there and travel, because you know what, it has been a while.
I know that we're at time, but real quick, I just want to say that Westminster is all about equity. So we do have a free application. We're test optional. We provide so many merit-based scholarship opportunities. So I know that maybe going to a private school might be a little bit daunting, but we try to make it as accessible to as many people as possible.
Wonderful. Thank you to all of our panelists for joining us today. I have just a few notes for you before we wrap up. So thank you to our attendees for joining us as well. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey, and we appreciate any feedback you can provide to us on today's event. We encourage you to check back on the schedule and sign up for more sessions. And you will be able to view the recording of today's session, as well as any other sessions happening at college2career.org. Once again, thank you. We appreciate you stopping by.